Attention. All right, so this video right here, we talking about how to calculate your macros, how I calculate my macros, how I calculate my calories for a specific goal of fat loss, and also, you know what I'm saying, trying to get jacked at the same time. We trying to lean down for the summertime, for when it's hot outside, for when we trying to, dip our toes in the water, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. So if y'all interested in that right here, this is going to be a video to show you how to calculate your macros for your body, obviously because, these are going to be somewhat of a template that is going to show you how to do things for your size, your muscle mass, also, your lifestyle and stuff like that, because my numbers are not going to work for you, and your numbers are not going to work for me. But this video is going to be the template that shows you how to calculate your numbers for yourself. So without all that said, let's get to this. First thing we're doing right here, number one, multiply your BW, all right, body weight, by 11 to 15. All right, so what that is going to do is, that range of 11 to 15, it is a rough ballpark estimate that is based off of your activity level. If you are an athlete, you are going to multiply it nearer to that 15, depending on how strenuous of an athlete you are. I mean, just because an athlete, that doesn't mean that they expend the most, compared to other athletes. So depending on your sport, or, you have a very active lifestyle, or you just choose to be really active, get a lot of steps, do a lot of cardio, you're going to be more towards that 15 of the range. But if you're sedentary and, you get with under like 8,000 steps a day, that's what I consider sedentary, you know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say you're more towards that 11 part of the range, all right? So your current body weight right now is what you multiply to that range that you put yourself in. So number two, all right. So for example's sake, I'm using my body weight is around 174 right now, and I multiply it by 13 because that's how I, say that I am as far as activity level. And now that brought us to a calorie number of 2,262. All right, so with that number now, I'm going to then, within that number, I'm going to structure out my macros, which is short for macronutrients, which is the big three: protein, carbs, and fats. All right, so a rule of thumb, I like to have, so I'm 174 right now, I like to have a very kind of close range of protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein every single day. No exceptions to none of that, all right? And it's not exactly on the dot, I'm 174, but I keep it in the ballpark, so I would say I will roughly consume every day 160 to 180 grams of protein, all right? That is going to be the window, that's going to be the goal that I set for myself. So I would say 1 gram per pound of body weight protein, all right? Y'all can see that right there. Now, let's just say for this example, 174. So within a ballpark, so that is going to be 160 to 180 grams of protein. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories in it, all right? So I'm going to multiply 160 times 4. That's 640. And then I'm multiply 180 by 4. If I consume 160 to 180 grams of protein, I will be eating those calories, all right, just from protein alone. So remember, we're going to come back to our initial, what we got from that range that we started off with. So my number for the range that I said I was at 13 on the activity levels range, multiplied by my body weight, I was at 2,262. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start with that number again, and I'm going to subtract the range of the calories from the protein, all right? Because that is a non-negotiable. I'm going to eat that every single day, all right? So now number 3. We're gonna focus on fats, all right? And you notice in descending order of how I'm, focusing on these macronutrients, protein is first because that is going to maintain your muscle mass while you're in a calorie deficit. Fats is third because fats is second because the thing is that fat is a crucial in, hormone production, also making sure that you can function, you have energy. If you're a male, it aids in your testosterone levels. It has a lot of purposes that is very beneficial. So I like to focus on make sure that my fat is at a sufficient level, all right? And the same goes, I recommend for male and female, protein first, fat second, and carbs, we're gonna fill in the rest, as you're gonna see, all right? So for the fat calories, okay, so remaining calories, when we deducted the protein that we're gonna be consuming every single day, is 1542 to 1622, all right? So for dietary fat, I like to, I'm gonna come back to the initial number, 2,262, right, that I got from my multiplication problem right there. So I'm gonna multiply that by 0.20, all right? Basically 20%, because I like to have my total calories. I want 20% of that to be coming from dietary fat, as I said, for the purpose of making sure that I'm having sufficient hormone production, and all the bodily functions that fat has a crucial role in, all right? So 2262 2 times 0.20. All right, so that is going to be 452 calories. Now, fat is different from protein and carbs. Fat has 9 calories per gram. All right, so if 20% of our 2,262 calories that we got for our to find our calorie number, right? The thing is that we have 452 calories that are becoming from 20% of fat. So now we're gonna take those calories and we're gonna divide it by 9 to get how many grams of fat we want to have every single day in grams. That comes exactly on the dot to 50 grams of fat. Okay, so you take that number, the initial number of calories that you got from that multiplication, you multiply it by 0.20. All right, so I'll put it out right here. 262 times 0.20. Right, and then that's going to give you your answer for calories that are going to be coming from fat, and that was 452 calories. And then now you divide that by 9 because there's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat, and that equals 50 grams of fat a day. Okay, so remember, so the amount of calories from the second step when we got from our protein calories, that was 640 to 720, and then for the 20% of calories coming from fat, we got about 450 calories. Okay, so now we're gonna add those up, and the reason why we're doing this is to find the remaining amount of calories left within our calorie budget to use for carbs. Okay, so the range that we have remaining calories or calories that has been already used from protein and fat is 1,090 calories to 1,170 calories. All right, so the thing is that now we're going to take that range and we're going to subtract it from our initial number once again. All right, so this is step number 4. We're finding for our carbohydrates. So these were the calories that were used already for protein and fat, you know, the crucial macronutrients. And then now we're going to start from our initial number, which is up there, all right, our initial number, and we're going to subtract the calories that are already used to find what is left, all right? So as I said, dietary fat has 9 calories per gram, and protein and carbs that are similar in the fashion that they have 4 calories per gram. So in this remaining amount of calories, I'm going to take this range, so 1,092 to 1,172, I'm going to divide that by 4, all right? And that is going to get our range of carbohydrates that we're going to consume every single day within our calories. All right. So when I took that range right there and I divided both of them by 4, I got a range of that right there for the carbohydrates that I will be consuming every single day when I divided it by 4. All right. So I put it all nice and laid out for you. So we have every single day 160 grams to 180 grams protein. We have 50 grams fat, and then we have 273 grams to 293 grams of carbohydrates. And all of this is within our calories of 2,262. All right. Oh, hope y'all can see that right there. Y'all can screenshot that and utilize that for yourself. All right, so this is how you figure out your macros. All right, and I will go into another video in the future and specify why I like to have 20% of fat and I like to have a good amount of carbs, because I am a bodybuilder or any athlete in general. We use carbs for fuel. Don't be afraid of them. Eat your carbs, enjoy your life, because carbs make life better, 100%. And that's about it for the video. I hope y'all learned something. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all.